Alright, welcome back everybody. Here we are, coming to World 2. What fun ship out of music. Oh no, is that a leap of faith? Oh, we missed one. What terrible, terrible fate has bestowed us. Doomed to wander underwater for all eternity. Unable to drown or make it back to land.
Whee!
I hope everyone is having a fantastic week. Don't worry. These water levels are not dreaded like some other water levels from games. Later on, you do have a snow level, and the snow levels can be a little bit of a pain. But not too bad at all. I know that's one of the big complaints people have about this game, is the controls and the level design. Man, I don't know why everyone hates on the level design so much. It's not awful. It's really not awful. And it was the N64. It was just it was a different time. We were just learning about 3D games and trying to figure out how 3D worlds could work. And I mean, they were doing the best they could, you know, give them a small little break. I feel like with retro gaming, if you look at the game through the lens of the era it was made in, it'll give you a much better appreciation for it. Because obviously, if you look back at a 40-year-old game, as a 40-year-old game, you know, it's like with looking at a Blu-ray compared to a VHS player. Yes, obviously, the Blu-ray's going to have advantages, but the Blu-ray wouldn't exist without the VHS. And it's the same thing with these classic old games. Someone had to figure out the cameras, which I honestly thought the camera system in this game was pretty nice. You didn't get stuck on every tiny little thing. There were parts of the world where you would, like, get a little frustrated by the camera, but overall, I felt like it was a pretty good thing. And you know, this was the days before dual analog and all that. I mean, just listen to that. I know it's not a big thing, but even the music changing when you go underwater, like, that was pretty cool for the time. When the ball got damaged, I got the little band-aid on it. Even if it was like the bowling ball or something, it had a little band-aid on it. Like, that was cool. That was a nice touch. Just love his blank stare. He's looking into our souls. But it did a good job of giving you the little arrow signs, so you could kind of find your way around. Back in the days when games still had scores. It's the thing you don't see too much with games nowadays, the score. Also, looking back at it now after I played the game, I do have to say, sorry, I had to yawn for suspense. The lives, there's a bit of a gap between the life number and the glove picture. I wish that was a little centered a little bit better. I couldn't remember if there was a secret underneath the platform, if y'all are curious why I did not take it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find them this year for a decent price, but I'll tell you this little story while I'm waiting for the platforms. But I would like this year to play probably Mystic Ninja would be fun. Daikatana would be fun. The second Battle Tanks would be fun. What else would be a fun game? Army Men Sarge's Hero 2. I am getting ready to do Army Men Sarge's Hero. Duke Nukem would be fun. The Duke Nukem games. What was it? Duke Nukem 0 Hour, I believe. That would be fun. Trying to think of what other games I would like to play this year. Gex 64 would be fun, or Gex on the PlayStation. That would be fun to play. I have it, but sometime this year I am going to play Blast Corps. I did go out and get that one. I couldn't remember if you could kill the chest or just knock it out, so I figured I'd play it safe and go test the waters. I will say, overall, this game played really well. Other than the small issue with the final boss and the tutorial level, it was pretty good. Other than that, I did have to replay the first world, ish. I'm trying to think of how far. It was, I think it was around just the first world. I don't remember. Actually, I think it was a little bit farther than that. It might have been up to like the first level in the circus world, but for some reason the game save data just decided to disappear from the cartridge. So I'm not sure what that was about, but I did have to play a little bit of the game over. But being that I was playing the game without the audio, it wasn't a big deal because I could just replay it and be on my way. I didn't lose a bunch of commentary or anything. I thought about just using the first playthrough video, but then the score would have changed randomly, and I decided to no, I'm just gonna redo it. But there's your fun little behind the scenes story as we smack the googly-eyed lobster. These moving platforms for me were always, the ones on the circus level, or really any of the moving platforms in the worlds, were always my biggest annoyance. These are one of the things that I think the PlayStation was easier with. I think it takes me 3 tries to get past this part. I'm trying to remember. I try to put a little bit of time between when I play the game and when I do the audio and everything for it. That way I'm kind of looking at it through fresh eyes myself, getting to kind of experience it again. That way if there's any adjustments or anything that need to be made, I have fresh perspective on it and fresh eyes on it. Yeah, these moving platforms, though, are probably the biggest annoyance if you're going to play this game. Thankfully, the ball doesn't just, oh boy. I forgot I did that. There were many times I accidentally smacked the ball off of the world. Just not really thinking. Oh, but to finish my thought on games I want to play this year, if I can find it, I think, what is it? The World Is Not Enough, 007, that would be fun. Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark is high on my list. For sure. Maybe cruising the world. Rush could be fun. I have a copy of it, the PC version, but I wouldn't mind playing, it's actually one of my favorite games of all time. There's two of them I'd like to get the actual arcade cabinets for. Well, technically three, but one of them's not super high. But, random story time here. If you'd care to guess what they are, I'll give you a second to put it below or whatever. But there's three of them that I'd like to have the arcade cabinets for, and it would be Crazy Taxi, either the sit-down or stand-up version, the Pod Racer version arcade that actually had the big Pod Racer back for Star Wars Pod Racing, and sorry, I lost my train of thought, and oh, it's gonna come to me in like 20 minutes. Look to the next episode, I'll probably remember it. Or probably won't, I don't remember. What the third one was right off. Oh, Hydro Thunder. That's another game that I was wanting to play this year, is, get an N64 version of Hydro Thunder. Because I have the PC edition, but there's just always been a special place, for the N64 version that I've always just enjoyed. And then maybe some of the original Twisted Metals would be fun, or if I can find a copy of it, Vigilante 8, that one could be fun. Unfortunately, he got to my ball. I couldn't get there. I'm trying to think, if there's anything else. Mission Impossible could be fun. Those are the main N64 games. There's plenty of other fun games I'd like to play. Let me just roll this little guy off the side of the world here so he can't bother me anymore. And then old PC games are always fun. I'd like to play more of them, but right now I'm just kind of trying to focus on one area. But the old PC games could be a lot of fun to play again. There's just lots of games I would like to play. But I'm hoping by the end of this year to have a good bit of my game collection back as well. I'm gonna continue my hunt for fun games. That was fun. A little bounce on the ball. The old Lego games I always found a lot of fun too. Lego Racer, Lego Racer 2, Lego Stunt Rally, all those. PC games, surprisingly, for some reason, are a little bit more annoying for me to find. I'd like to play, I actually made a retro laptop so I can play some of these old PC games again, because it was the easiest way for me to get the operating system and everything, because I didn't really want to run, because I have some old copies of games still, but obviously newer computers, we don't run optical drives anymore, and I didn't want to get a portable one. So I just busted out an old laptop and put the operating system on there. But definitely want to play probably Roller Coaster Tycoon, some of those games, Sim Coaster, Sim Theme Park, pretty much every sim game, because I grew up on those. Sim Safari, Streets of Sim City, Sim Golf. But someday I'd like to get to those games and play them again. But surprisingly, it's kind of hard to find those old PC games. You used to be able to find them in like thrift stores and stuff like that, but not anymore. And I'm trying to just refrain from just going on eBay and like just finding a specific game. I'm kind of just hoping I can randomly stumble upon them in my travels, because with collecting, I like to collect stuff as I find it, you know? I find that a lot more fun to just go through and randomly stumble upon it. But if I must search for it and buy it specifically, I shall. But I guess really, poor guy. But I guess really it's all just gonna depend on what I can track down as to what I'm gonna play. You switch to the small one here so you move quicker. And then some of the games I want to play this year too are just kind of be random games. I don't know if we'll ever do it or if he's still up for it, but I was planning on playing Banjo and Kazooie again. I know that Arcane had mentioned it, so we might play that together. That chest really just made me think about another game I forgot to mention that I'm kind of sad, but Earthworm Jim, that kind of reminded me of the first level with the dog, and that would be a lot of fun to play the Earthworm Jim games again. Pretty much any of them, or Bomberman. Bomberman 64, that could be a fun one. Just all kinds of fun games. I picked it up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make this was unfortunate. I think most of my deaths in this game were just me accidentally falling off the world. But I ended up picking up. That was just super lucky right there. I just went off the side of the edge. Forgot where I was. But Star Wars Pod Racing. So I don't know if I'll make videos on that, but I'm excited to play that again. Whether in a video or just in my own time, because that was a game I enjoyed. That, Excite Bike 64, that was a fun one as well. But tons of games that I can't wait. I don't know about y'all, but there's a lot of old games I'd like to relive. And it's kind of nice going back and doing this and rebuilding the retro collection this way, because it kind of, I have such a massive Steam library and GOG and everything else, Epic Games, all those launchers, just so many hundreds of games. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, trying to figure out what I want to play. And it's kind of fun tracking down these old games and just kind of letting the universe decide what game I want to play by, just, letting the universe pick what game I find. Oh yeah, speedrun strat. If there's any game anyone would ever like to see me play though, or you think I'd enjoy, I would love to hear about it though. Because I'm always on the hunt for fun games I never heard of, or just fun games to play. Streets of LA, Streets of New York, those would be fun to play again. Thought about playing like Conflict Vietnam, Shell Shock. Again, some of those games would also be fun. I always loved how the enemies were like these little emojis. I am sorry, I am doing a lot of yawning. It's been raining all day. Rain always gets me kind of lethargic. His cartwheel is probably the most useless move in gaming. I think the only time you really have to use it is in the circus world. And even then, there's probably ways around it if you... I'm sure in these old games you could glitch your way around. I have started to record Army Men Sarge's Heroes, which has been nice. That game brings me back. It brings back some good memories. But I'm probably about maybe 6 missions into it. So that should be coming out within probably within the next month. I know my upload schedule has become much more erratic. Look at that wanted poster. We're gonna get that man. But yeah, I know it's becoming a little more erratic, but it's just because I'm trying to improve my nailed it. I'm just trying to improve my content. I hope that it's not too bad watching the entirety of me play the level. I just thought it would be kind of fun to show me beating the level, my level beating attempt. One thing I do want to do this year too is maybe play through Dark Cloud and some of those old PS2 games as well. But right now I think I'm trying to stick to like N64, PlayStation and back pretty much. Then maybe next year or so, maybe focus more on newer games. But really, I think it's just gonna kind of depend on what game I find. But yeah, it'd be fun to play Dark Cloud, Clock Tower, maybe. Operation Genesis, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis would be fun to play. On like the PS2, because I believe it was the PS2 version was the one that I played. I think there's a PC version, and I think there might be one on the original Xbox as well. I cannot remember what consoles that was on, but those would be fun to play. This level, actually, I'm gonna make it look a lot easier, but I will say this level, I did, mainly it's because, since I had to reset, I think I made it past this level when I had to reset first, but I remember, this level took me a couple of tries to get through. I'm not gonna pretend like it's, a super easy level. I mean, it is a super easy level, but I'm not gonna pretend like I had as easy of a time playing it as I'm about to make it look. I love throwing the ball through the checkpoint from far away, just feels good. It always makes me think of the old NBA Jam. Just kind of want to... From downtown. Every time I get it. Oh, that would be fun. Well, I guess you could play that single player, but NBA Jam would be fun to play again. But that's more of a, let's play it with somebody for fun kind of thing. Unfortunately, I moved away from my old friends and family. But if I lived close enough to people, I would love to have people come over and do some couch co-op and stuff. That would be fun. On some of these old games, play the old like in GoldenEye and stuff, do the old two-player mode and things. But maybe I can plan 1 or 2 of them this year. That would be a lot of fun. This part I made way more complicated because I tried forever to beat this level the improper way, just because, well, I enjoy doing it that way sometimes. But I tried to come over here, get the potion, and then jump back up, and then throw the ball up on top of the building, and then double jump on top of the building myself. Not really because I wanted to, more just because I thought it would be really cool in the video to kind of do it that way. But I tried for a long time to do that, and then I finally gave up on it. But there is probably probably 6 or 7 times of me trying to play through this level and doing it that way. I couldn't remember exactly how you move that target out, but I do eventually get the target hit, so I think it just kind of moves when you're not looking at it. But I did just kind of move around and try and get that, but I tried probably 7 or so times to just throw the ball up on top of the roof, but I kept throwing it too far and it would roll off the world or whatever. But I tried many times, but I think realistically the platform, the target right there just stops moving when you're not looking at it. If I'm remembering correctly, right here I try to become big and then break the box. But yeah, then I finally just realized I moved out far enough. But yeah, I tried embarrassing amount of times to do this level the complicated way. Just because I thought it would be super cool if I could be big, jump back up here, throw the ball up on top of the roof, and then double jump on top of the roof. And to be fair, I still think it would look pretty sick. Excuse me. But yeah, I finally gave up and I was like, I'll do it the proper way. But it did take me a little bit, as you saw, to try to remember how to move the target and get the target. I didn't count, but if I had to guess, I would say I probably died from falling off the world maybe 12 times. Maybe 12, 15 times. An embarrassing amount of times I fell off the world. An absolutely embarrassing amount of times I died from falling off the worlds. I do have it. Maybe I'll make a video on it. I don't think I'd be super good at it anymore, but Super Mario 64 would be a fun one to play this year. I have it sitting over there, but I don't feel like I'm good at it anymore. I feel like I'd be terrible at it. I would like to find a copy of Crash Bandicoot, and I would like to do a comparison video because I do have in 4K the trilogy, the remastered trilogy, and I would like to get the original ones and kind of compare if they were easier, if they were harder, and stuff like that. But those kind of videos I would like to do as well, kind of the comparison videos of the original to the remakes. If I can get a copy of it, because it's one of my favorite games of all time, is Resident Evil 4. I've played it on every console it's been on, but I don't have them anymore. But I would like to get the GameCube version, because that was the one that I really grew up with and enjoyed the most. But it would be fun to compare all those different versions, because if I got the GameCube, then I could do the GameCube, I could do the remake, I could do the VR version, and then maybe one of the HD versions that they made. That could be kind of fun. Maybe I'll do that. That could be a fun video to do for Halloween one year, because it would take quite a bit to go through and rebeat everything, collect my thoughts, and get all the footage. So yeah, that might be fun. Maybe I'll do that in maybe a year or so. I might try for it this year. I don't know. I was wanting to get a Wii again so that I could do GameCube and Wii games. Thankfully, nowadays you can get kind of some of these games backwards compatible. I mean, the console's backwards compatible. But as I was saying in the other video, the Retrons seem to be pretty cool. You can get them for Game Boy, Sega, Atari, all that stuff. Because that's one of the biggest issues I'm running into, is there's games I want to play, but the consoles are just so expensive. And a lot of them, like the NES, just don't work anymore. This boss wasn't really hard. I feel like this boss just could have been better if they would have made the world bigger, made him a little easier to hit. Like, I feel like this boss just kind of was difficult because the level design and the controls. Because this really isn't a difficult boss. It's just kind of an annoying boss. Oh, and I don't know why these just made me think about it, probably because they're monkeys. But, it'd be fun to play Diddy Kong Racing again. That would be enjoyable. Conker. I would love to play Conker, but I do not have Conker N64 money. Well, I do, but I don't want to buy Conker on the N64, because, man, that's an expensive game. Maybe I'll look into Conker Live and Reloaded, and that would be fun to play again. Yeah, this boss just, I feel like the main issue with it is just the controls, trying to get close to him with the other two following you. I feel like it wasn't meant to be a difficult boss, they just accidentally made it difficult because of the way the level was designed and the way the controls work. But this one, Frankenstein, and the final boss, I feel like, are the only three bosses that are kind of annoying. The kind of like one-hit kill of the big boss was kind of always annoying too. Because like sometimes he'd charge you when you just spawn in, he'd kind of just train roll over you. And that was always kind of annoying. Once you figure out you can target him from the ground, it makes this boss a lot easier. I feel like too, when you're first playing this boss, you're kind of trying to jump up in the air. I feel like that might make it a little more complicated too. But thankfully, we got some. And that's the game. world looks a little bit better, a little bit clearer. Blue skies are coming in our future again shortly. Probably another 2 episodes. But thanks for joining me in another episode here. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.